Good morning, everyone. You're very welcome to another Pilates class with me, Julie. And it's lovely for you to be joining me. I hope you're keeping well and that you're enjoying the fact that lockdown seems to be easing slightly. So if you have any feelings of unwellness or illness and you feel that you have any injuries or may be at all pregnant, please do remember to consult your doctor before taking part in any of our classes. And so I'm just going to remind you for Pilates this morning, just draw those shoulders back and down away from the ears. Just draw the navel back towards your spine, switching on your Pilates corset. Those hip bones are shining forwards and down, and your ankles, your toes, your knees and your hips are in line. So just imagine yourself sandwiched between those imaginary panes of glass, and just allow yourself to rise up through the crown of the head. Neck is long and lean, and I want to think of warming up those shoulders, so just swimming one arm forward and then the other, really warming up those shoulders as you draw the arm back and up, just single circling, warming the back, the shoulders, really warming up our core as we switch it on just to balance us. Focus on keeping those hip bones shining forwards. Try not to swing or use momentum. And as you level that arm forward, keep it level with your shoulder. Just take a little look. And let's swim both of those arms forward. Imagine you're in that beautiful cool water. Take them round and back, and then sweep them up and over. So just taking them through those positions, taking them round and back, taking them forwards again. Just keep switching on your core. And then we're going to change direction with a single arm. Bring it in close, warming up those triceps and those biceps. And as you draw that arm up, keep your arm close to your ear as you rotate it round. Try not to turn your torso. Keep grounding through those heels. And then if you wish, take both arms up. Feel the rib cage wanting to rise up, and just really focus on drawing it down towards those hip bones. Excellent. And just bring your hands through center now, and I want you just to think of rotating from side to side. So just lifting the back leg as you turn the foot from one side, as you this time allow those hips, allow those obliques just to rotate round, just warming up the torso, the midsection of the back, the lower back. Excellent. And then bring it back into center. You can just bring your weight into one leg, and as you lift, just dip down and alternate. So just keeping your hands connected. You can hold them like this if that's preferable. You can hold them in prayer position, whatever you prefer. Just keeping your hands connected, really drawing the elbow down as you warm up these hip flexors, your quads, your glutes, your bottoms, your knees. And with each one, focusing on balance, coordination. Lovely, well done. And as you focus on drawing that knee up, just look and check that it's 90 degrees to your hips. And release, well done. Now I want you to think, I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see me. I want you to think of taking that toe back. We're going to lunge down. You can curl those arms into a bicep curl. So hinging, elbows in towards the rib cage. You can make a little fist, activating more into those muscles. And as you lunge down, just lengthen those arms, and then lifting the back leg and take your arms sideways as you draw up. So set the toe down, lunging down. So toes are both facing the same direction, tucking your corset in, drawing your hip bones, your pelvis down. Everything is in neutral and nice and stable. Knee is bent, coming down. Keep the torso straight. As you come down, curl those arms up. And then as you release, squeeze the tricep, lift the back leg. Now keep it lovely, and you can take those arms out to the side. So working into the shoulders, as well as the biceps, then the triceps. And then as you extend those arms, lift that a little higher and really squeeze into your glute and your lower back. So you're sinking, squeezing the arms in, lifting up, breathing out, balance. You can take the arms to the side or behind, whatever is most natural for you. We're just working on our coordination, our balance, and you'll feel all the work into this front leg that's stabilizing you. The leg that is moving is just as important as the leg that is supporting you. Now hold this one up. You can take your arms to the side and tiny squeezes. Now try not to have your chest coming forward. Have a nice straight line, really lifting that back leg, squeezing into that bottom. Nice pointed toe. The more you activate into the toe, you can extend those fingers. Now hold it up, raise those arms in to meet and take them away. So working more, careful of your light fitting, Julie, working more into those inner arms, and as you bring them up, really feel the whole of the core working, squeezing this bottom and release. Well done. Just bring that knee in. You can just hold it in, give yourself a nice stretch into that bottom, into the underside of your leg as well. You can rotate the ankle one direction and the other. And let's change it up into the other leg. So remember, a nice space between your feet, about a meter, meter and a half. The wider your legs are, knees are coming down, not forwards. Chest is really, really drawn back, belly back, tucking everything under. So we're going to curl those biceps in towards you, lengthen up with the tricep or with the arms to the side, whatever you prefer. You may find, as I am showing you right now, one side is more wobbly than the other, bending down, breathing out. Remember your Pilates breath, breathing out on the effort, breathe in to prepare and breathe out as you extend. So each of your sides of your body will have different strengths, different areas that need worked. So you take your time. You can go slower than me. Just really focus on drawing the knee down, stretching the arms as you extend. Everything with precise, controlled movement. While holding this one up, you can extend through those fingers. Keep your core really strong. You're like a little airplane, lifting the leg, pointing the toe, squeezing the back of the leg, the bottom. Keep that front knee that's on the static leg, keep it nice and soft. Sorry, I had to just set my toe down to look at you. You're looking fantastic, really amazing. Now holding it up, stabilize yourself, really draw upon your core to balance you. Oh, the light is catching. Oh, and again, I'll move over a little bit. Oh, in fact, I'm in my holiday house in Port Stewart here, so I've got carpet, which I'm not used to. Normally at home in Ards, I've got a wooden floor, which is much easier to balance with the mat, so actually nearly easier to coming off the mat, certainly not hitting my light. And just working those arms up above you, really squeezing those arms in towards each other. I had hoped to bring you to the beach, but sadly the weather is atrocious. And release. Okay, lifting your knee in, just really stretching. And again, combining cardio, breathless, working, doesn't have to be impact, really focusing on working the heart and lungs, flowing the movement. So I want you now to think of walking out into your plank. You know me, love a lovely plank series. So got so many options with your plank, and to me it's so much better than press ups, and you're still working your shoulders. So just hinging from the hips and just walking out into your plank. Remember, modification, you can be on your knees, you can be on your forearms, you can have your fists one on top of the other and your forehead on top of your hands. So you decide, okay? So if you're in your plank position, I want you just to draw your heels together and your toes out. So Pilates position, plie, first position, ballet, hands directly below shoulders. Now, just draw your shoulders over your wrists, really suck your tailbone under And then I want you to drop those knees out wide. You can either set them down, keeping your heels connected, or you can hover them. So as you do this, this is my preference to press ups, much nicer. And what's lovely about this is you've got a little pencil between your knees as you bring it up, squeezing onto your pencil. You've got a little hamburger in your butt cheeks, so squeeze the burger and draw those knees out, getting a lovely bit of work into those inner thighs as well. Working in the core, shoulder strength. You are amazing, you're doing fantastically. One more, drop the knees, drop the toes. You can just sit back, stretch into that bottom, stretch those fingers away. If you prefer, you can keep the heels together, toes together as you just melt. Think of drawing the chest down towards the floor. Think of extending the tailbone back towards the heels. And just breathe. Fantastic, looking really, really good. And then when you're here, I just want you to think of coming back into that plank position. So either in your 3/4 plank, take your knees back. You can have those hips at a 45-degree angle. You can be in your box position, or you can come up into your full plank position. Okay? So if you're in your full plank, remember, bottom isn't high, hips aren't low. Keep yourself really stable and strong, like a nice plank of wood, hence the name plank. So I want you just to think of pointing one toe and lifting the leg and hinging it, lengthen and down. So stay in your plank position, lift your leg with pointed toe, hinge, straighten and lower. So just alternating, I'm going to shift forward so I don't hit my table. Lifting, hinging. So as you do this, draw the heel in towards the bottom. If this is too much, remember you can come down to your 4-point kneeling, extend and lower. That's your modification. Lift, hinge, extend. So working into our strength a little bit more in our arms if you're up in your plank position. Point the toe, extend. So a little hamstring curl here. Excellent. And just alternating side to side. Now if you find that you need to take a break before I tell you to, remember your own body and release. Just sit back into that child's pose again. You may have felt that in your shoulders, so just bring your shoulders round, wrapping them around your knees. That's why that is much more preferable than the press up, getting enough work into your shoulders and your upper body as well. And of course that's why we did our little prep in our warm up there for our shoulders. So just let the shoulders melt round the thighs. And then the good news is no more plank just for now, and hands are underneath the shoulders in our little box position. So again, remember, option is to come down onto those elbows. Whatever position your hands are in, just make sure that, of course, the reason it's tabletop is because we have a nice flat table. Okay? So eyes and forehead down to the mat, crown of the head is facing forward. Have a lovely, lovely long line the whole way down your spine from the top of your head to the tailbone. Okay? So we're going to lift into one side of your body into our fire hydrant. Now as you do this, think of lifting the knee. The outside of the thigh is shining up towards the sky. The shin is to the side. And as you do this, try not to let the body rock over to the other side, okay? So keep your elbows nice and soft to support you. And we're just going to lift. And again, you can hover that knee off the floor, or you can set it down depending on how you feel. So if you lean the body into the side that you're working, leaning into the right side if it's your right knee lifting, squeezing it just for a little moment at the top. So really working into the whole of that lower half, but yet again, still working on our shoulder strength as well. Now I want you to lift this one up, kick it out, bring it back, and cross it over to the opposite calf. So kick, bring it in, and draw. So taking your knee out to the side, kicking whatever it is you don't like out of your life, and then draw the knee across the back of the other calf and onto the floor, kicking out and draw it back. So you really feel the opposite hip and glute engaging too, strengthening it. And as you do this, just imagine that you are kicking something away from you. Lovely, well done. And last one. Now we're going to stay here and you're going to just move the position so it's ankle to ankle and down. Ankle. So like our first move in our fire hydrant, only this time we're just crossing the front of one leg onto the back of the other. Ankle to ankle. So the knee is shining out to the side. Different position in the glutes here. Different position in the hip. The knee is still to the side. One more. And we'll just bring that through into our little pigeon stretch. So just draw the knee in between the hands. Take your opposite heel underneath that hip. You can just come up onto your little fingers. Or if you wish, just bring the chest down, soften down. Lengthen your fingers away. And just think of letting that muscle lengthen and release. And the good news is that when you go to the other side of the body and make your exercises symmetrical, I'm just going to turn around so you can see the other side of me, but you can stay with what you're at so that you don't forget which side you've worked. No danger of that. So the good news is you know what's ahead of you when you go to the other side. No surprises, okay? So again, if you have, like me, changed position, I don't know why you would, but I'm going to just check in with my back, that it's nice and flat. My elbows are soft and underneath my shoulders, and I'm going to work into the other side. So remember, lifting that knee up. Option is to set the knee down onto the floor or to hover it as you lift. Remember, if it's the left side you're working, lean into the left. We tend to always want to go, I'm just going to adjust my knee because I can feel myself going to the right because I'm working my left side, and that's so easily done. So just correct your own form. If you need to press pause on the video, that's the beauty of these videos. And hopefully with the news maybe of leisure centres opening in the coming future, sooner than we thought maybe initially, hopefully I will see you face to face and I will not have to do any more of these dreaded videos. So lifting this one up this time, kicking out, and then remember, draw the knee across the back of the body. So bring it up, kick, bring it round, and just knee to the other side. If this is not good for you, you don't have to do this movement. You can just stick with what you've already done. And remember again, if you need to take a break, please do. Kicking to one side and bringing it over, really kicking. Feel the whole weight of your leg. When you lengthen your levers, of course, you're going to make it more challenging for you. And then we'll do one more like this. And then I want you just to angle. So angle, so the knee is at a different place. And you're just going to lift up. So see how it feels like that. Ankle crossing over. Again, draw your torso into center. Breastbone is shining down in between your hands. Excellent, well done, folks. Lovely, well done. Just lifting it up. Really think of squeezing into those hips. Knee is out to the side. And then we're just going to do one more. Hold it up. Draw it in through center. Just bring that little heel underneath the opposite hip. And either staying on fingertips or softening down into it. Just feel that release. You can just move the hips from side to side, lengthen those arms out, stretching forwards. And release. Excellent, well done. So, we're coming into our side lying position, okay? So, just need to check in with my lesson plan. So, we are in our oyster position or our clam. So, options are, of course you know this by now, elbow if you've been with me every week, but of course you may not, so I'll just remind you if you're new. You can lie down, place a little pillow or towel just in the nape of your neck here at the ear. You can have your elbow underneath your shoulder. Just remember, lifting the side of the waist off the floor. So we're just going to start with our fundamental position, our basic, well, nothing's really basic in Pilates, but our fundamental core movement called the oyster. So heels are connected, knees are just lifting, and you're thinking of keeping, so we shouldn't be able to open like this because we're rocking back. So keep shining those hip bones forward. Imagine you're pushing your hip forward so that you are only able to lift your knee to a slight distance, okay? Now, if you want to progress that, you lift those toes off the floor. Keep squeezing into the ankle. And if you wish to progress it even further, you can come into your modified side plank, raising that arm above you or up to the head, keeping your chest open, shining everything, the elbow up to the sky, the side of the knee as it opens, and hold. And then either staying in your plank or coming back into your sides. Remember, if this is too much, just you drop the hip bone down. If not, staying up, knee to knee and toe to toe. So feel the whole of this back of your glute, your hamstring, pointing your toe, knee to knee and toe to toe. Excellent. Looking brilliant. Remember, there's never a workout that you will regret. Once you start, it's just the thought of planning that 30, 40 minutes or even that 10, 15 minutes. It's the thought of doing it. But once you have, and once you get going, you always know that you will never regret it. You always feel amazing afterwards. You look amazing right now, and release. So just bring that hip down, and I want you to bring the knee in front, flex the heel and drive it behind you. So your knee can touch the floor if you want, or you can just hover it, squeezing it into the side of your body, lifting. And of course, if you want to, you can stay up, just making it more challenging into that waist and your core balance, staying up on the side of the body. You might feel this too intense in your shoulder, so don't bother. And release. Coming back down, we're just going to keep that leg lengthened. And again, option is just to lift and lower this horizontal leg. So really squeezing to the outside, working the adductors and abductors, inner and outer thighs, pointing your toe. Or you can continue like this. Now holding this one up, bring that hand to the head and just rotate, so working into the obliques. So here I could really cheat, I'm just thinking I could just rest my foot. Looks like I'm doing an excellent exercise. No, I wouldn't cheat you. And you can, of course, set this foot down. You can drop your hip and keep the leg up. So this is your option if you wish. So lots of challenges for your level, whatever level you are at. And release. Well done. Just my shoulder sore, my glute, you well-earned stretch there into the leg. You can bring that forward, give your bottom a little love. Well done, everybody. And then bringing your hand in front, just push yourself up, and you can draw those legs out away from you into your V. Now, if that's too intense, you can soften these knees, okay? So a nice flat back. This is your option for modification. Knees are soft, or, pardon me, your legs are completely straight, feet are flexed, so you've got your backs of your knees and your thighs really pressing. I'm going to move over a bit because I have no doubt that I will be hitting that settee. This is the thing, I haven't done my videos up here before, so wasn't allowed to come. So anyway, woe is me, so you dry your eyes. Lift those arms to either side, and we're coming into our seated saw. So think of drawing the chest forward, reaching baby finger towards baby toe, lifting up through center and changing over. So if you find this is too much, remember, option, you can still work into your back, working into your obliques with that leg bent if that's what you need to do, okay? So getting a lovely stretch along the backs of the legs if they are flat on the floor. And of course working into our neck, shoulders, back, waist, and hold it here. Now pulsing, other arm behind you, 3, 2, 1, and release. Opposite side, let's pulse it. Keep drawing the back of the leg forward, keep leading with the crown of the head forward, keep the eyes down at your thigh, and release. Just bring those heels together, just let those knees fall out, and you can just press your elbows down to the side. Just breathe. And if you want to, even if you want to lift that leg and place it across the front of the thigh, just get a deeper stretch into the outside of that buttock that you've just worked. Well done. And we may as well do the other one too, because we know we have to still do that side with the oyster, etc. on the other side. But until then, we're going to stay in this middle position. I'm going to swing around to show you. So, thinking of a variation on our Russian twist. So, our feet are planted. Now, your option is going to just make a little sort of gun, a little shooting star with our fingers. So, fingers connected, thumbs connected, okay? We're just going to come in with the chest towards the thighs and then focus on drawing those shoulder blades round, tucking the chin in, okay? Now we're just going to take the option to the side, to the center, and to the other side. Now this is still going to work into your abs and into your obliques, but then your option, if you wish, is to lift those feet up off the floor, coming into the center, and the other side. Your next extension is to reach up, squeeze those legs together, and then down. So balancing on your bottom bones, leading with the elbow to one side, in the center, shooting star up to the sky. Charlie's Angel, styling, with your little fingers connected up to the sky. So this is your option to extend like a double leg stretch variation with our Russian twist. Very, very challenging to the balance, to the core strength. I always think I'm never this breathless when I'm teaching in the leisure centre. I think it's just the unfitness of COVID, lockdown love handles and COVID curves, that we're maybe all struggling. Now, another option is to single leg stretch. So staying here in the centre, shooting star, working into those shoulders again. Chest is lifted, try not to rock back, pointing your toes, really elongating through it. And relax. Well done. Just bring your knees into your chest. We'll just roll our hands around, give yourself a hug. It's not quite the time that we're able to hug each other yet, but at least where we can, we are allowed to go into houses, etc. And rolling back. So just rolling like a ball. Just give your spine a little massage. Oh, lovely. How does that feel? So nice. And if you want to extend it, you can just bring your hands down to the floor and bring your knees into your chest, keeping your knees bent, or if you want to, lengthening them as you sweep over. So into our little rocker, really working on the lower abs now. So your option is to remember your hands are facing up towards the sky, or if you want to, you can push the bottom over, okay? So knees can be soft, or you can lengthen, hold here for a moment, and then roll back. So staying on our shoulders, never on the nape of our neck, and just rolling overhead, working on the lower abs with control, and coming back in. Let's slow it down. 2, 3, 4, and back. 2, 3, 4, and again, in, 2, 3, hold it here, and release, 2, 3, 4. Just tuck your knees into your chest, circle your spine one direction and the other, and then I am just going to sit up and flip my legs round to the other side. You might need to do the same to become into your oyster. So remember, options: lying down, elbow underneath shoulder, keeping the hip bones on the floor, or coming into your side plank. We're just going to keep the feet connected, and we're lifting and we're lowering. So opening the knees, squeezing those heels together, elbow up towards the ceiling, really squeezing As you come back, really thinking of the muscles, the inner and outer thigh that you're activating. Thinking of keeping this shoulder and this ear away from each other. Imagine you've got a little orange in there. And you're doing fantastically. You're over halfway through. In fact, let me see. Yes, oh, lots. 30 minutes done already. You are fantastic. You're looking really strong. Like I say, you're not regretting this now that you've started. Of course you want to finish. We need to keep ourselves symmetrical, even up this side. Now remember, then the knee to knee and the heel to heel. So if you're finding that this is really aching on your shoulder or on your knee that you're leaning on, remember to drop down out of your side plank option, knee to knee and heel to heel. So keep working with your own body. Not each of our sides of our body are the same. So just doing what you can and what you feel that you are able to do today. And it's so good that you're doing this at all. Excellent, well done. And then we're just going to bring the knee in front and kick it away. So coming down out of your side plank if you wish, knee in and kicking away, or knee in and keeping it up. Excellent, really everything with precise controlled movement. Now, holding it up, we're just going to lift. I'm going to come down, it's my bad leg I'm leaning on. Lifting and lowering, so really squeezing the toe, lifting and lowering. And then we can either keep the leg up, set it down, lift the hip, and we're rotating. So really working into that back, into the waist. Lovely. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Just bring yourself into your mermaid position for a little moment. Just circle that shoulder. You may have felt that. And in the other shoulder. In fact, I'm just going to push myself up, sitting on my knees for a little second. If you want to just take your hand and place it just to the back and just grab, just for those rotator cuffs, just grabbing the elbow and draw it forwards. So you feel the stretch there. You might have felt that on your wrist. On the other side, just bringing the back of your hand and just drawing the shoulder forwards. Excellent. And release. Just coming round, I'm just going to get you to draw those arms in and forwards. So draw those elbows round towards each other. You keep your palms facing towards the body. And then keeping the elbows high, you can bring your hands together and just draw the chin to the chest, elbows to the chest, and then reach up. So really stretching out those shoulders. If you're not comfortable sitting on your knees, remember you can come onto your bottom. But if you can, squeeze your forearm, your elbows together. Just round this lovely stretch for the back, but also for those shoulders as we were leaning on them. And release. Just bring one arm across the body and just feel that shoulder release. Well done. And the other side. Excellent. And then we're just going to swing those legs round and come to lying down onto our backs. Okay, so hopefully we're doing okay. You're looking fantastic, really excellent. So we're going to lengthen one leg along the floor. Now this is your option to have your knee bent. Arms can be out into a T position, and then we're going to lengthen the other leg up to the sky. So you've got an L shape here, okay? So we're just going to lower. Now this leg can be bent and you can lower it and tap it, or this knee can be bent, lifting and lowering. So you're just drawing the leg down. So single leg lift here, okay? So if your palms are facing up, you're not going to be using your hands. If you want to extend that leg out to progress it. Now holding this one up, your next option is to lift the lower leg off the floor, bring your head off the floor and just crunch. So you're working into your upper abs more now. Lengthen both legs away, toes are pointed. And if you can, reach up, grab the back of the thigh or grab the back of the calf and just lengthen. Feel a lovely stretch there in your single leg. Really feel the whole of this hamstring release. Just draw the chin up to the chest. The chin up to the chest, what am I talking about? Draw the chest up to the knee is what I meant to say. And you can either step this leg down or hover it. Now we're going to switch and switch. So really feel as you bring each leg, hold this other leg that you weren't stretching behind the calf, behind the thigh, not behind the knee. Really lengthening away. And we'll do a few more. And hold. So the other leg now is in the air. Bring your hands and we're going to crunch, squeezing the chin down to the chest. For 3, 2, 1, and release. Just bring those knees into your chest. Circle in one direction and the other direction. Now, lengthen those feet up low, okay? Heels are connected into your little Pilates plie. And we're going to repeat the same thing. So you've got your hands behind your head. So you're just drawing. So really squeezing those heels together. We're just drawing the chin into the chest. Soles of the feet really pressing up towards the sky. Now hold your head, neck and shoulders up if you can. Draw the heels in towards you and push them away. So in your little frogger, keep your knees, draw them into your chest, pushing up and hold. Now place your head down and we'll work the lower abs more. So you're just going to push, just lifting, draw those legs in towards the body. For 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Just bring your hands between your thighs. Let your knees just walk out to the side. Excellent. And then bringing your knees to the same side, okay? You might want to just stretch that leg out and away and stretch the other leg. And bring your knees back to center, drop over to the other side, just lifting your knee across. You can lengthen that leg away. And bring it back. And then just let your knees come back to the same side. Just roll yourself over and just bring those knees back into that wide position, heels connected like we did earlier, and just pushing up and then dropping down. So pushing up into your stance. This time I want you to think of dropping those heels, really pushing fingers away, stretch the full of the body, get a full stretch into the backs of the legs. And then soften your knees, walk your hands back towards you. Fix your elastic. I think these leggings have seen better days. I think they've moved to the bin, the elastic's going on them. So bring yourself up. And I want you just to take a wide plie stance now. So your feet are facing outwards, your heels are in the floor. So really focus on drawing those knees out towards your toes. And I want you just to plie down and focus on keeping those thighs back. So just holding here, draw your shoulders back and down. You can connect those elbows and just stretch the inside of your thighs. Really focus on standing still in your static hold. Draw your navel back and then focus on letting your knees rock in slightly and push away. So let the knees roll in slightly and you are completing a lovely flat back by keeping the knees rolling in onto the instep of your thighs. Now draw those arms up and bring them onto the tops of the thighs. So I want you just to focus this time on remobilizing those shoulders. So just draw opposite. So as you do this, you can even push those thighs out a little bit more as you alternate your shoulder shrugs. So great little stretch or mobilization at the end of a class for that back, for those bottoms, those shoulders, everything. Excellent. Just bending into this one, and then walk your little feet in, coming to your narrow stance. I want you to just draw the hands up, just connecting them, and take it into your side bend, really stretching, then come up onto those toes. So little heel raises in between. Just realigning our balance, checking in with ourselves as we end our class, that we are back, centered, refreshed and ready. Now holding this one here, draw the arm away and connect it. Coming back into the other side, draw the opposite arm away and connect it. And just circle those arms forward and open your chest, squeezing back. Draw the shoulders, the chin to the chest, and open your heart. Fantastic, well done everybody. And give yourself a massive hug when you're down here. Lift it up and say thank you so much. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope, as I say, that I will see you soon. And until then, keep safe, keep well, and have a lovely day and a lovely rest of the week. Take care. Bye. Thank you.